Welcome to the Lead Pedal Podcast with your host, Bruce Outridge, where he talks all things trucking. Now let's get rolling.
What's going on, my friends? I jumped the gun there with Mr. Brad for sure. Hey, you know what? Today we're going to continue our episode with Julia Wojdacz. Now, Julia is a veteran truck driver out of the United States. She's since, I'm going to say semi-retired. I'm not sure she actually retired. She calls it retirement, but she's still working. But she's got her podcast that she does, Julia's Trucking Café. And we're going to be talking to her about her transition from the seat to the mic, what that entails. People think it's easy. A lot of drivers, I got to tell you, a lot of drivers wish they were out of the seat because when you're driving, it's so many hours that you really feel like, oh my gosh, I just need to, I just want a break. I know I did that with trucking too. That's why I started an art business. I need to get out of there. But you know what? It comes back in. It's very hard to go away from it completely. So we're going to talk to Julia about how she's doing that, why she's doing that. Before we do that, though, let me tell you about that new truck stop, the Harnois Énergies is starting. That's going to be an SO card lock, and that's going to be a great place. I got to tell you, that used to be a great truck stop change, so we already know where that is. Exit 230 off the 401 in Woodstock, Ontario. Harnois been around since 1958, but they're expanding into Ontario now, so they've taken over that truck stop that was formerly there. They're modernizing it right now, and it's going to open in March of 2026, I think, and it's going to be an SO card lock. So what you want to do is you want to go to harnoisenergies.com or call 1-800-363-2712 to find out all the stuff that they're going to have. They're going to have quick service dining. They're going to have showers, truck parking, RV filling stations, convenience stores, mechanical sites, cat scale, all kinds of stuff for you. So you know you're going to be taken care of there, and that's a great central spot in Ontario if you know that 401 area at all. All right, let's get into our conversation with Julia, part 2, finding out about retirement and transitioning to the mic, starting Julia's Trucking Cafe. Here we go.
By far my favorite station.
You're the best.
Oh yeah, I love you guys.
The show was I wanted to teach these young people, young drivers, all of our tips and tricks and share my experience with driving that they don't learn in driving schools. What to carry in the wintertime, using your flashers when you're backing up, just those simple standards guidelines that everybody knew. When somebody had their four ways on, they were broke down or they were going in reverse. So you know, they're trying to get into a back into a spot or something.
Yeah. I miss that. I miss that part too. And that's why I started my show. And I think a lot of us do that want to give back. I had a good career in trucking. I didn't know anything about trucking when I started. I fell into it. My parents are accountants and stuff, so that wasn't.
Wow.
And they're from another country. They're from Guyana, so trucking was not part of their. So I didn't know anything about it. I fell into it by accident, but I absolutely loving it. I wonder what I would have done today if I wasn't in the trucking industry. Like, it's brought so many great skills and talents and friends and all of that kind of stuff along the way. What would you say to a young woman that's thinking about coming into this industry? There's a lot of them looking, a lot of them not sure, a lot of them think, oh, I'll get in for a month, like you say, I'll become an influencer on Instagram and then I'm good. What would you tell some people who are give us some of that expert wisdom that you have?
Oh, expert wisdom. It's a hard job. It's long hours. You're gonna miss a lot. I'm gonna be honest. That's the only way I know how to be. It sucks on a social life. You miss a lot of birthdays and anniversaries because you got to be from point A to point C. And you can see the country. If you're it's a great life for somebody that's single. If you want to be out here 5-10 years or something like that. I was never expecting to be out here 37 years. Not at all. I figured you know, this will be a temporary thing like you talked about. I actually wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be another Leanne Rimes. And that just didn't work out whatsoever. I never had the way in like Leanne did, but it just now it's trying to be a teacher, trying to be an instructor and share what's going on and my take on thing from a woman's perspective of what's going on in the industry. The do's and the don'ts really, because there I'm still teaching kids because I am a spot for a paper company and I have drivers come all the time. They don't know even to unhook from their trailer when they drop the trailer in the door, like at Walmart or something.
Yeah. So what made you transition to retirement? You're not old enough. So I was trying to.
Yes, I am.
And let's leave that alone. I don't want to. But what made you? I mean, you've been in the truck a long time. At that point, it's you kind of just go. I don't even want to talk about.
I'm burned out.
Yeah, you just want to kind of go away. So what made you kind of leave and decide that now is the time to go? Is it just the industry in general, personal issue? You don't have to tell us anything personal you don't want.
Drivers, how they just don't pay attention. Car drivers as well. 5 million safe driving miles. It was hard not to get in an accident because of the stupidity of other drivers. Just not paying attention, being on the phone, when instead and just not paying attention to what they're doing. And I just got burnt out. And I'm like, been everywhere, done everything. I know every highway across the United States. I've been to Canada, into Ontario, got almost to Toronto, and somebody asked me on the they're again back in there. So how long did it take customs? I'm like, customs? What's customs? I had to turn around and go all the way back to the border to clear through customs and to go deliver. Luckily, I was way ahead of time.
Well, it's nice to talk to you because usually you'd be in jail by now doing that. So I think that's great. That's where I am. I'm just west of Toronto, so I'm in Burlington, Ontario, which is, if you've been over that big giant skyway, that's kind of where I am at the foot of that. So welcome. And I've been down to Mississippi. My memories of Mississippi, and I think it's is it 59 that goes down to, I've been a long time, but there was a truck stop there that was on an angle. This is my memory of Mississippi. There's two memories I have of Mississippi. One, I pulled into this truck stop. I'm sitting at the back of it in the middle of the day. These two guys come out of a bobtail, ran out of the bobtail into the restaurant, probably that cafe you're sitting in front of, and did not put their parking brake on. The truck started to roll backwards. I was honking like crazy. They came running back out and managed to get it. That one, and right after that, at night, I'm driving south, and some lady turned north. The way your guys' intersections are, you can actually turn left and go onto the wrong side of the interstate. I don't know if they've changed that since, but I'm talking 20, 30 years ago.
Yep.
But somebody was driving, and they weren't drunk because they were driving straight as an arrow. It's just they were on the wrong side of the interstate. They're coming north, and I'm going south. And everybody on the CB is just going, here they coming northbound. Just stay out of the left lane. They're good, so that's...
Jeez.
But anyway, it doesn't mean I don't like the place. Sure.
I live in North Mississippi, about 85 miles east of Memphis.
Yeah. Okay. So transitioning. So now, are you bored now? You must be, 60, 70 hours a week, and then you just go, I'm not doing this anymore. I mean, you've got your podcast. That probably takes a lot of time. Do you find that you're restless? I'm starting to miss the road. I've been out of the truck almost 20 years now, and I'm getting that itchy feeling to go back, but not enough of an itchy feeling to go back, because I remember the good times of trucking and the friendship and all that. The border wait time I could do without the waiting, and my wife just says, your schedule doesn't allow for you to go anywhere because you've got so much going on. But do you find it hard? Did you find the transition easy for yourself, or how did you best handle that?
Well, I was actually started doing door dashing because I like doing the food delivery service. I was making good money door dashing, and then everybody jumped on the bandwagon, and that took a crap. So then I started running a yard mule, what they call her, a spotter truck, for a paper mill down the road from me. And then I switched over now into Alabama. So I'm working 12-hour days now, I cut back to 48 hours a week. I was working 60 hours a week. And we just moved 130 trailers last night, me and 2 other people.
Oh, wow. I think you need to reread that book about retirement. I know
What's retirement?
60 to 48 is not retirement. That's just like a weekend off. Like
It's 2 days off in a row.
I know. We get so busy. You know what? I'm the same. I'm joking, but I'm the same. I can't sit still. I complain to my wife. I go all the time, I wish I just had a weekend off or whatever. And then I go, boy, what can I do? Like, I'm stir crazy after an hour and a half, right?
Right? So you sit there and twiddle your thumbs. So not only am I doing the podcast, I'm creating coloring books for kids and 48 hours a week working. So yeah, and then with the podcast, it takes 2 and 3 days because I do everything myself. So from the research, and I do slides on mine. Thank you so much for viewing mine. I subscribe to yours as well. So it's just everything, and then getting it ready and mine. Can I plug mine? I want to ask.
Well, I was just going to ask you about it. So go ahead if you want to plug. I was going to just ask you about it anyway. But yeah. And I want to get back to this coloring book thing because I'm an artist as well. I want to talk about that. But go ahead with your podcast. Tell us about your podcast.
All right. So first thing, it's every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time on YouTube. It's at Julia's Trucking Cafe Trucking News Hour, but I kind of squished the trucking and news and HR on the end. So, and back to the coloring books, I have an illustrator right now that does the drawings for me, and then I just design the cover and the book and everything. I don't know if this is going to show up on.
Oh, that was a great interview with Julia. Hopefully you got a lot out of that. Hey, before we get too much further, let me tell you about a great company here in Mississauga. In fact, they've got terminals all across North America. Rosedale Transport, they're always looking for good people, especially if you kind of know what you're doing, you got a great attitude. They hire for attitude first, skills second. So check them out at Rosedale Transport. You can go to rosedalegroup.com and look on the careers tab to see what's available. They have multiple locations, and you've got local, regional, highway, and owner-operator work available. So check them out. They're very selective on who they hire because they've got an awesome team there, but I know you're going to love it. rosedalegroup.com. Tell them we sent you. Also, hey, are you a trucking company and you're wondering what things are like for 2026? Do you have what it takes? Well, you know what? Getting an audit done and finding out exactly where you sit as far as compliance goes and safety is a great way to do that. And Compliance Mentors, that's what they do. They've got locations all across Canada. They've got a great team. Well, they'll come to you and they'll do an audit. They've got various audits they can do depending on which part of your system you think you need to work on the most. And that's Compliance Mentors with a Z or a Z. Whichever way you say it, go to compliancementors.com. Anyway, they'll come to you. They've got great people across the nation, and I know that you can get that. Did you like that interview with Julia? Holy jeez, how do you go from the seat to the mic? I got to tell you, folks, I went from the seat, I became the boss, then I started an art business, then I started a training business, then I was speaking, and now I'm on the mic. Julia did it so much faster. Oh my gosh. Anyway, check her out at juliastruckingcafe.com is where you can find her, and you can also find her on YouTube at Julia's Trucking Cafe Truckin' News Hour. It's all kind of missing a couple letters, but I'm okay with that. I'm sure you are too. You know what? You can always go to our channel and see and subscribe right over. And by the way, you know what? Check her out on your favorite podcast platform. I know I get her on a number of podcast platforms, so check it out right there. All right, when we come back for our next episode, we're going to be talking about the industry. I know. It's a long show. But we're going to talk about the industry and exactly what we need to do and maybe her thoughts on it, because she's reading the headlines. She's talking about some serious stuff on this, and I know you don't want to miss it. All right, so subscribe so you don't miss that one, and we will talk to you later. My friends, be good out there. Make sure you check out Julia's podcast, and bye for now.
This has been another episode of the Lead Pedal Podcast. For more information or to subscribe to the podcast, visit theleadpedalpodcast.com and be sure to follow the podcast on Facebook and Twitter.